Let me see. I'll take that. There's no music in that. All right, people, how are we doing it there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Burke. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. Trying to get through some of my work here. Putting in links so our site can be found better. I should have already clicked out. It has to come out. Old links have to be removed. New links have to be put in. Alright, that's everything done at Happy Customers. And we got two other videos here. I might knock them out right now. Put it in there too. So we put those in there, it's all reloaded in. Autoplay is supposed to be on that one. Autoplay's on here either. These are done. What is the last one? Did I get this one? Yeah, it's completed. Okay, good. Save and publish that. Adding in these links to our page on traffic going up. We had some problems with traffic slowing down. I'm trying to figure out what's triggering it. So I was able to go in and revamp the Google Marketplace and all that. And then by adding these simple links in here, we went up to 94% of the global. So those links actually helped out a lot. Alright, so it's all finished and completed. This is all tagged. Let's go back over to go to homepage. Our QR code. Soon we get our work gear, our hoodies, jackets, hats, the barcodes in the front. I got an idea how I want to design my my t-shirts and stuff. Let me see. I have to print on my QR code. I have to get this to print. Okay, so my information. Nope, don't need this. Link to my account. Oh, already signed in. Cool. Let me see. Change some stuff in my account. Okay, what's my purchase history? Favorites, loads, my projects. Alright, my clear business cards. It says a track record of all the stuff I purchased. That's my clear cards, that's my business cards, digital. Clear cards, business cards. Oh, I forgot I even made those. Those are the first of the clear cards. Oh, cool. So what I'm gonna look into. We already got these done. I'm gonna add the. Oh yeah, I forgot I gotta make a new one. Somebody felt the need to play on our phone. Carry on. My number was out, and just be very unprofessional. Mind you, judgment. Do you know that? Everything and anything you guys did is under judgment. Screens. That should have been an S there. Why you have screen? Screens with an S. I'm gonna have to redo all these. Or I'm definitely gonna do this one all over again. CEO Kemper, CEO Inventor. Where is my QR code? Oh man, crazy here and here. Oh, we definitely gotta change these, yeah, because the new logo, all that's changing now. Alright, I'm gonna order these tomorrow. Change on these. I'm definitely gonna have my real number on here. I don't give these out online at all, period. And the mistake we made on that was the fact we did. I know everyone that now has a number too. Everyone. I keep a ledger on all people I give numbers to. So we knew the person who did it. It was the customer who did it. We know. I'll see you in court. Because you intentionally sent it to them with the intention to cause trouble for my company. And we have all your information here on my PayPal account. So we'll see you in court. Enjoy the lawsuit. That was definitely disrespectful on so many levels. Let me see. Add it, click directly. We don't give out phone numbers to customers anymore. Okay, that can say. Powered by God's technology. That's high performance projection, performance professional projection screens. Wait, no, before I come back in all this, I need to go in and figure out where's my QR code. Can I make one directly on my site? I wonder if I can do one there too on top of that. But I got the one on my business card, so I have my car. They both will lead to the same thing. I wonder which has the QR code. Vision optimizer. Let's see if we got a QR code in here. Generate a QR code. Wait, the mobile site has a QR code attached to it? We didn't know that. Where is that located at? I was gonna have something from over in what was it? Japan. Scan the QR code from the screen. Those things are pretty interesting. You ever scan a QR code from watching a TV show and watch a code pop up and like, oh, on a poster somewhere and scan it? It is freaking cool. It's like almost being there. Let me see. Do your mobile site from your mobile editor. Let me see. Mobile editor, click preview. On top bar, QR code using your device. Oh, yeah, we have one in there. All right, I'm going to save this for a minute. I see it right there. Switch to mobile. Oh, ha, 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 ha. Isn't this the same as the one that I'm going for desktop? Oh, it is. Oh, that's the mobile. Oh, cool. What's this hide from mobile? What are the two things we're hiding from mobile? Horizontal. Horizontal. What are you? Welcome screen. Introducing a stunning welcome screen. We've added upgrades since the last time I've been in here. Choose to browse information colors on the site. Back to top button. Back to top button. A quick action bar. Oh, it's got other pages, some other pages on here too. Pop-ups, web search, blog, members area. I have one of those already on here. Store, we have stores on here already. Right, I'm not seeing what we're seeing for the QR code. I wonder, can we just take a you gotta print out anyway. Can I print out a QR code and apply it with an iron-on print to my shirt? Would it work? Yes. Print out Real cool. Oh, I can do that myself. I got the whole iron-on printout. So I can do that myself. An iron, press it in. Just take it down to the whatchamacallit. Hot press it to a shirt. That's it. I can do that myself. But I gotta go through this. I don't like this brand shirt cut. I hate their cut shirts. I like the ones I get in the day. Alright, so that's a business card. I didn't go that yet. Let me see. Settings. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, digital website build. We don't have, we're not using digital website build. If we're in the business cards are supposed to have a digital build on them to get access to the card. So let me see, go to my projects. Digital website, it wouldn't be on there. Oh, website and digital. Oh yeah, that might be it. Yep, his caps came in. Ooh, his lights. I got that forest. Install these on tomorrow. The speaker system. I'm done in that section. Come on, get out of here. We didn't ask for all this. Mr. Print is stolen. For a minute. I get access to my account here. I was trying to take enough time getting logged in. Still stolen? It's still stolen. Okay, let me see. Nope, other around, buddy. You took me nowhere. Let me see. Show services. No, not the sign done. I need a digital service. I'm saying digital. Okay, my workspace over here. Let me get this out of the way, please. Jeez. Upload. Brand. Website and digital. Website and digital. Yes. So. Nope, ain't going through all that. We just went through that. No way in the world am I going through that. I need to get to the editing the website. You guys just did not make this easier for me, did we? That's not where I'm going. Go to editing and edits the page. I need to go to the website, edit the website. It did not make this easy for me. I just make it simple, plain. Edit website. That would make it so much easier. I'm going through this. My project. Right, if we go through here through edit. This is just going to edit the card. I'm pretty sure. Double thought. It edits a card. Doesn't edit. There we go. QR code. Yes. Alright, QR code. Add a web address. Interesting. Look at that. I have to reach out to them all that. Hey, how do we get into editing our page? This is the business card. We should be able to access the page. I think this sounds like a horizontal. We don't need all this. We just need to get access to our page. Alright, I gotta go do something real quick. Some mumbo jumbo. We can't make things easy. We must make things super complicated at all times. Keep the chaos going at all times. I have to contact them all. Hey, how do we get access to it? It was a section you can get access to it. This is what happens when companies constantly change up their websites all the time. You need to get access to this stuff. All my business cards up here, every single one I designed. And you just give me basically product info. There's nothing there, it's a product of itself. They're not needed at all. Subscription, blah, 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 my favorite brand, blah, blah, blah. And then digital websites. My design service. Projects, whatever, This might be the last time I go through VistaPrint for a business card. It should not be this hard to find this thing. See brand names, uploads, favorites. Oh, that ticks me off when people don't do their job correctly. We do not need to ask that much questions. Freaking fill out a freaking business card. What do you want? Blood type? It's insane. You know, if you create a free website, you don't get a freaking domain name. You get a beta domain name. Alright. I gotta figure this out later on. This is just the craziest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. You should have an easy access to the page. Okay, here we go. Edit it. I used to be getting at one point. I stopped going there because there was no point. But I decided I'm going to keep the company's name anyway, so I am not going to be changing everything. One of the things I'm going to change is the gaming site. It's going to change. That's basically about it. That's a different domain. Not under my projects. I'm going to work with designers. I got my own stuff. No, okay, I had to change all that out. This card, what I find strange about these cards, there's supposed to be a sensor right here to tap these things on here. But that sensor on here doesn't work. It doesn't work on this one, does it? It doesn't work. The QR code works. So what's the point of paying an additional card, all this money? You can just basically copy the QR code and copy and paste it to the card digitally on there, which would make your card digital. It would definitely make your card digital. So you need a QR code just linked to your system, that's all. They work better with the bracelets. Now I'm going down this room. I want a metal card then. I want a metal card. I like the metal ones, so the metal ones are hot. I want one of those. Alright, I got no time to piddle paddle to this. I got stuff to do. I'll figure this out later on. This is another task for another day. Let me see. And what they're requesting here, I don't see here at all, period. I mean, I got the QR code right here on my whatchamacallit. That's basically about it. Which is easy. All I need is this. It's links to my account. So all I would have to do is just basically just get a picture of this, scan this on my printer, make a copy of it, blow it up, and just scan it and throw it onto a t-shirt, which is easy to do. You just got to get those print iron-on shirts, print iron-ons. Alright, let me see. So I'll do is I'll go to Vistaprint, get the customized shirts done. Well, if my QR code is there, which it should be, they can put that on there with it. We'll see how that works out. Excuse me. I'm going back to my other one. Alright, we gotta build a library for this. There's no way in the world got room here. We're really gonna have to build me a library. On all our pictures. So let's put one together. Oh, wait. Before we even start down that road of madness, did you go in and finish the video uploads for the page for the SFEG? It's gotta be uploaded all the probably done. We'll get that started. Then we can go to the picture show library. Library of pictures. I'm not tagging all those. That's roughly going to be anywhere between 10,000 pictures. It's going to be a lot. We got to break them down in different categories. It's going to be a lot of pictures. This is what you're going to call right here for our technology involving, let's see, aluminum demonstration. Let's see. Yeah, you can permanent plates will pop up. Demonstration. SFEG. SFEG, Sun Fusion Energy Gain. Gain. skipping on this one. Let me see. Yeah. Come to pop out. Oh yeah, and that QR code, you scan it, brings right to the website. That's why I put it up there. Anywhere we post that, our website pops up. So what we got planned is every screen we install in, we got agreement to put a plaque there. Plaque on the wall and say, hey, when the information about this screen, they can scan right there. When the information about these the ad tech, there's a scan in the window. So they're gonna automatically agree to put a scan in all the windows involved in our technology. So we get those sticker window decals made on through Vistaprint, and we just stick them in every single window, every place we're at, and that way people will know it's our technology. Well, full credit for my work, and as soon as we hook up, they don't mind doing it anyway at the end of the day. I mean, some of them we gave like a really good deal on doing the setup for them. On top of that, to see it's not expensive, they're not paying money for all these projectors, yeah, all that stuff. We went in there, we put 2 projectors in there with no problem. Let me see. I need outside. That's what it pays to do testing, people. So now we got all this testing we did last summer. It was all over the place outside, testing the screen outside. So now we can take these videos and load them up on the site. So we'll see which ones we're going with. Go anywhere. Is this the one where we go to the ceiling, rise up, and come? That's what I wanted to do. Just wanted to do this. See through there. 300 lumens outside test. Choo. Hope we get a sunny day tomorrow. If we get a sunny day tomorrow, I'm gonna be good. If I get a chance to play with this thing, we got a snowstorm coming through, so I'm hoping it doesn't affect too much. Let me see. Oh, is this outside? It is outside. It's outside with a halo system attached to it, yeah. That's when we did outside with a halo system attached to it. On the phone, if this thing picks up so much light, it glares the phone even on the screen. So we did a halo system outside at 300 lumens outside. Someone's asking us questions. If we had it in the window and they had those bright white lights running, it would affect the screen. I'm like, nah. Alright, I'll take this one right here. Looped. Oh, we're looped. Oh, ho, ho. Links are already embedded in. I didn't embed links here. The links are already being embedded in. So automatically from the door, because we did it over and over again, it's embedding the links in automatically. Yes. That's fantastic. So because, like I said, the links we put in, I'm in 3 different search engines right now. I had to apply it through Webmaster Tools to get in to access a certain file to actually put in our domain name. And we put our domain name application in, some code, all that other good stuff. That means anytime someone goes to Bing, or Yahoo, we pull up automatically. So that's what I'm doing. I'm actually putting in a ton of work into getting our domain name everywhere. So when it hits that QR code, we pull up everywhere. And out back, especially when we're dropping these QR codes outside, all over the place, everywhere, that means that every time somebody scans one of these things, it basically brings massive traffic to the site. What actually pushes our search engine optimizer through the roof. That's what we're doing, tweaking. All right, let's get another video from outside. This is almost up in the middle of the park. That's the black technology. Oh, this is in the middle of the park. I plan to do a lot of demonstrations. We had 300. Someone was asking me about, can you run this? Like if you have a family get together, of course you're gonna be in the shade, of course. And you've got this under tent, it'll run with no problem. That's 300 lumens running. So 1,000 lumen projector would run that like a TV. And we have a darker version of it now coming out. The clear ones are more like used for window advertisement. But the darker version we have, oh yeah, you could read that thing perfectly fine outside. And we're doing it at 300 lumens. So if you're having a family get together, you got a screen out there, you want to show movies and stuff out, you can do it right out there. Wait till you show the new inflatable screens. Inflatable screens are gonna be coated with that technology too. We have a heightened version designed for inflatable screens, so you can watch movies out there with no problem. And it's a nice area to have a barbecue at, by the way. All right, put these over here. I want more demonstrations this year. I want them in the park, so I'm going to be doing a lot of recordings in the park, because that's the best place to do a recording. Now you're out in the open. You know what I mean? There's no walls. There's nothing around. You're just out in the open. Kids getting hit with all types of stuff. Yeah, they embedded them in everything. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Embed, baby, embed. How many players do we play? Three. So I want most of these outside. Let me see. So we're doing like different sections to be at the park, the park. So I can find them easier. And we're getting up like coming in. Going at 8 o'clock, trying to get outside for the heat kicked in because it was like super hot outside when I was doing all this. Oh, this is the one right here. I like this one. This is the one I raised to the ceiling, and then boom, I'm outside. Outside now with that technology. This is what I had fun doing this video. Raise it up again, come back out. We're in another location. Come back down in another location. Now we're downtown. A little farther downtown. Come back down again, another location. When we make the statement, we go anywhere, we literally go anywhere with that screen. And this is like in the morning hours, we're out there playing around with this thing. Come back down again. Now we're over at the park. This is over here at the, this should be at the middle of the park somewhere. No, it's on the other side over there. Oh man, I had fun making that video. Ooh, this would be cool looking at an invisible screen. I'll go back to that one. Definitely grabbing that one. Let me see. I'm gonna put down here demonstrations. Let me see. And this one I have like, well, usually we go through this, but haters will run out of stuff and they'll just go get other people's stuff and say, hey, what about this screen? Just our screen can operate in the middle of a park at 300 lumens. End of story. All right, let me go get this right here. 50 lumens. First hit, 50 lumens. And direct sunlight. Right in the middle of the park, 50 lumens. 50 lumen pool. Where is this at? Oh, this is over in the on a bench on the park. It's over there. Ah, I forgot to ask about the RetroPie. Gotta get tomorrow. Gotta get tomorrow. I'm going to be throughout Allentown with my gaming screen, my portable gaming screen. I'm going to be on my RetroPie system, challenging people. Also, too, passing out our business cards. Challenge the RetroPie. What game? Choose your game. So we're working on gift certificate cards for our company. If you win, gift certificate card. Let me see. Where am I going to go next? Okay. Come out of there. Over here. Right here. Let me see. We're going to go next. Oh, definitely this one. This one's out in the middle of. What are we asking for? 24 by 36, $1,200? We're not even charging that. Nowhere near that. Nowhere near that. It is roughly that guy $600 for a 24 by 36, and that's two. That's two surfaces in there. You only wanted one, so we got to put the other one someplace else. I guess on the inside, because that's two panels. Each one of those panels are roughly the size of a 40-inch. So yeah, he wants one in the window and he wants one someplace else. So we don't do $1,200. No, it's much more affordable than that. But the customer is just going to be a little different. It's a little different customer. You have a different type of coating. Trust me, it works. It's amazing. I'm playing around with some of it this week. But your stuff is a little different. We want some panels, because some people want to do some crazy stuff with the panels. But we also want large screens with it. So you just have one big long screen, connect it to a wall, and you're done with it. Then we got that acoustic blackout clock, which I can't wait to play around with that. You have no idea how easy it's going to make my job to install a screen with an acoustic system. On top of that, we can take your sound bars and stuff and just throw it behind the back of that thing and be done with it. It'll just make everything just so much easier. They will be out before summer. Let me see. We changing this video? Yes, this one. Okay, yeah, they literally put that code down. The code now it's memorized that this is where it goes in every single video. Good. That means I don't have to keep putting it back in over and over again. I think it's a bit of a headache. So what that is, at the end of the day, that code in there redirects everything back to us, back to us, back to us. No matter where we hit, you click on it, boom, it sends you right back to us. Anywhere in the world. You could be in Hong Kong, France, Italy. It doesn't make a difference. It redirects you automatically back to us. So that's why our numbers on our site jumped. Because again, people are coming in, they're seeing the site, a lot of cool stuff going on there and stuff like that. You know, tons of videos and demonstrations, stuff explaining everything, stuff like that. And our customer page is going to be expanding because, again, as I said before, not so much worry about people contacting these people and carrying on. You know what I mean? Again, you got to grow up. It's just child stuff at the end of the day. But anyway, we'll be done in those sections already. So I don't know how you're going to convince them it doesn't work if they're sitting there using this stuff when it's working, you know. But if you want to get into the part where you want to start harassing, and you know who does that mess in the day, I hate to say it, and we hate to go down this road, but you don't give us options here. We got to treat you like kids. We don't want to treat you like kids, but we have to. If you want to go and break the law, then they'll know where you live at. That's all to it. I got a couple of friends of mine we're bringing on board. One is a cyber investigator. He's certified. He's the real deal. If you want to have a conversation with, he'll tell you at the end of the day, I can figure out where you live at. I can find all your data, all your information. I get court subpoenas, get access to all your information and figure out where you work at, where you lay your head at, where you go to church at, what hospital you go to. He can find that stuff out. He is certified with the courts. That's his job, to find people. So we don't like to sick him on people at the end of the day. We should never have to go down that road. It should never be like that. But if you feel that at the end of the day that you want to bully people, you want to carry, then you deserve to be where you're going. You got two types of things that are going to happen in that situation. Number one, God's judgment. Number two, that cyber investigator. You don't want to be a part of that. Enjoy what you have. Enjoy what you're blessed to have. Got a nice, beautiful home. Got a beautiful family. You know what I mean? Enjoy it. Don't do dumb stuff. It's not even necessary. Now, if you're that passionate and you feel that all my stuff is not real, then this is what you do. Stop going on YouTube and crying about it. No more going on YouTube and crying about it. Sign the contract and let's go to court. That's all you got to do. Just sign, go to court, go before a judge. That's what we do. And the problem we have there, they don't want to go, they don't want to sign. They don't want to take me to court, which I've requested your attorneys multiple times and we never got anything back. You don't want to do that. But you want to continue to carry on. Well, only option you give us is that hire this fellow to figure out where you work, sleep, go to church at, and what hospitals you've been to, a whole 9 years, dig everything up on you. And then start the process. We have enough evidence to get ready to get you prosecuted for court. Because you don't get to do that kind of stuff in life. You don't. Got to answer for what you do. Where are we out here in the middle of the park with 300 lumens? It's a sunny day out there too. Oh yeah, this is a good one. Definitely taking this one. It's my last one on this one. I got a bunch of them on there, but I got to pick and choose which ones are the most craziest. This is a crazy one. You know, it's crazy. The camera picks up the red, blue, and green. You don't see it that way. I had several people that were out there with me like, I can see fire out there. I said, yeah, because your eyes don't pick it up. The only camera reads that way because the camera had an awful time picking up. I was surprised over there to get that footage. Because I had a really hard time trying to pick up with all that light striking, especially sunlight. But when you look at it without the camera, it's fire burning out there. I already had an officer stop me a couple of times, like, you burning things out there? I was like, no, it's a projection system. So they're really? I said, the fact that you thought I was burning something out there, hey, that makes me feel fantastic. If you thought it was that realistic, that's freaking cool. I don't know anybody burning anything up there, but still, it was pretty cool that he actually saw from there. Now, the one the AdTech, the 24 by 46, you can read those across the street. I can be across the street and I can see it crystal clear across the street. So once we're done, I've done a copy 3 or 4 times. Once we're done setting them up and we move to our next destination, which we can't tell you where it's at until everything's set up, we'll show you pictures and videos of what we did over there. And as I said, for those people that are full of hatred, use common sense at the end of the day. Because again, as I said before, you're not getting away with anything. You're not getting away with anything at all. They're going to figure out where you live at. And you're going to have some people come up on your porch, which you don't want there. And they're either going to serve you for court, or they're going to be there for an arrest. Either way, you don't want it. Not even worth it. Let's see. Sun rejection, true one. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that video right there would have been real nice. Put that right there instead. That'd have been real cool. But I got to fill some information in there. That's the explanatory sheet. This is the pages we just put in. Woo! She's happy. Got these pretty lights. Everyone just been pretty cool. Let's do visual tabletop displays. I'm dying to put these in. Let me see. Oh, we got to do something crazy with the letters. Got to be something crazy with the letters. No, I said text, not image. Text. Let me see. Let's see. Visual. Let me just get that from here. SFEG Visual Tabletop Panels. There we are. That code's also embedded in just about every YouTube video. So they had to go and do that because there's no way in the world I was going to go do that. That was way too much work, but they went and did the work for me. Visual Tabletop Panels. These things are freaking cool. I can't wait to get a desk made like this. Let's see. I'm going to put you right here. Transparent fix. Huh. Yeah, the flex would be much better because the flex is much more thinner to the table. That's why. But the flex would be much better. All right. Transparent flex visual tabletop panels. Put in there, put a cool design behind the back of the thing, but cool behind the back of the thing. Moved it up when I was about to go hit it. Let's see, change media. I want something, video. Give me video. Are we in video? Right. Give me, bright colors. Oh, this was like. I can't even make that out. What that it's saying. Oh, it looks pretty cool though. It blows up a little bit. Oh, this whole thing over there is freaking crazy. Let me see right here. Yeah, we talking about. I got somebody. I got two DJs to test out the DJ screen. Two of them. I'm gonna come in and start testing out the DJ screen. Yeah, I got two of them. Yeah, right. I'm gonna go test this out. I'm gonna save this here. Go back in and test this out right here. So these pages are built to explain everything there is about the product, because apparently on the other, when we work with the page, it doesn't give us enough information. It doesn't give us enough videos and stuff, like pictures and stuff. So these are redirect pages because we're actually building the actual store at GoDaddy. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in a hyperlink in here that transfers you over to the site where you can make your purchase. These pages are just designed so you can actually right now can get an idea of what we're building, putting together. Like the gamer page, put a gamer page in there for information, because the gamer page and this technology is going to be GoDaddy. Okay, now let me see. I need to put my video players in there. I was going to put this huge, massive picture slideshow in there, but right now we got to get one thing at a time. Get this done. Shrinky dinky a little bit. All right, and get another one for this one. Lord has been keeping me focused. Thank you, Lord. And not talked about dinosaurs or tree trolls or anything else whatsoever. Just keeping it focused. What's he got work to do? No time to be talking about frogs and other weird stuff we talk about. Gotta keep focus. All right, I like that. Bring it over a little bit more on this side. Oh, yeah, that definitely works for me. Let me get me another one. Now, if you're a first time building with Wix, this is a great time to figure out all kinds of cool stuff with it. I always tell people get a blank page that you can experiment with. Just in case you mess up, you don't have to worry about it messing up on the pages you worked on. Get a chance to experiment with some of the different types of programs they have on here. Make a little test page for yourself. Just name it test page and go in there and experiment. Now you can make it so that it's offline, that no one can see what you're working on in there. You take the page completely off. Hey, be nice. Get in there. So people can't see the kind of stuff you're working on, whatever project you're working on in there. Why do you seem much smaller on this side? I don't know why. You seem like you're a little bit. How are you on this side? Okay, yeah, perfect. Okay, good. Drive me nuts. So once we get the big screens put in, the big boys, the 250s, we got 4 locations these screens are going to be at. And this brings revenue back to Allentown because these screens are shown probably roughly about 5 or 10 minutes while people are getting situated and ready. It brings out vendors on top of that because vendors make good money. You're going to have a crowd of people out there watch movies off our giant black screens. It's going to bring attraction because they're black screens at the end of the day. And you got vendors out there going to make good money because, again, people got to eat. When you're watching a movie, I know darn well I have to. So this is going to bring money and revenue back to Allentown. On top of that, in between the 10 minutes, it'll take people to get ready, get situated, sit down, get their food and all that stuff. We can have basically advertising up there. So your company can pay for advertising to be shown on these screens. Ah, see? Working on the master plan. I'm working with a lot of people in City Hall for this one. This brings major revenue to the city. On top of that, it advertises other stores. A lot of stores need advertising down here. We're making the advertisement affordable so everybody can afford it. So even down to the mom and pops, they can afford advertisement space at the end of the day. So I think what we should do is we should make themes out of this. You know what I mean? We can have one for like an 80s style. Everybody has to dress. You have to dress completely 80s style, but have something that resembles from the 80s. Stuff like that. You know, we can have certain movies. Can you imagine at Halloween? I don't really get into all that stuff, but I know they're going to probably do something for Halloween. You can have little spooky shows on there, whatever, something like that. That'd be pretty cool. Nice, cool. At the end of the day, Christmas movies will be on there. And the projectors it takes to work are affordable. I think the city got to go into deep budget to get some crazy freaking $100,000 projector. You don't need all that. We did a 250-inch in my backyard with a projector that cost $270. That's what I paid for the projector to do the giant King Kong display and the Pacific Rim. That was on a $270. It wasn't even 4K. It was 720p. That's all it was. Yep. So all that's not even necessary. They do that when you have white screens out there because white screens have a difficult time reading. What is going on with the charge? Let me see what's going on here. My screen went dim for a minute. I was like, okay. Are we even charging anything here? Let me take you off. Let's see what's going on here. phone's not reading this. Okay. Put you in. Put you under AC. Oh, AC. Still not giving me any juice. Okay, charger went berserk. Alright, there's one more than way to fix charger. This one, I don't know why. It has funny problems with my quick charge, but it'll run this. No problem. Let me put you in here. Alright, cool. Let me just take this, our battery unit right there, and we'll plug it into our TV. Sometimes run my TV with the battery unit. Oh. We're running DC. TV. Or maybe it's the cord that malfunction. Yeah, it's the cord that malfunction. TV's not on. Alright, I may have to get another one. Oh. Okay, grab another one. Cord that malfunction. Alright. Our cord's not working. Okay, no problem. This push over in? Yeah, what push over in? Let's try this one. Oh, let's be here. There we go. Now we're just gonna run the TV off the battery. How long does that last? All day. Literally all day. I can run it all day off the battery. That battery is actually fantastic. That's a great battery. I only paid like $60 for it. Let me see now. I'll get back to work here. We're gonna have to build my machine all over again because I have to upgrade to Windows 11, which I was supposed to do a long time ago. I was so busy I never even thought about it. Is it really wreaking any havoc on me? Not really, to tell you the truth. But I do want to update it because it's my work machine. And I don't want to spend a lot of money for a lot of expensive parts. I don't really want to. So I found out to run Windows 11, I can use an i7 8700. It works perfectly fine, and I need an LGA. It's an LGA, something 1151, which is a micro board, which is fantastic. I'm taking them out of these cases altogether because again, I can't move anything with these things. At the end of the day, I need a compact case. I'm building my own. Lord gave me blueprints already to build one already. Open rack case, small build. And then with the handle system on it, I can just take them where I want to take them at. So I build my own. And we're going to upgrade the machine because I need to keep my hard drive intact. I'm just going to load the operating system on there. Yes, I can get it for free, but I need it anyway. I got to build more. I got to rebuild that one over there too on top of that. And then just for a graphic card, I'm just going to get a, so I got to rebuild anyway. I'm just going to get the 5050 RTX, put them on there. Other people are saying, but that's not, it's a work machine. It's literally a work machine. That's what it does. It has a job. It works. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm working on it. I do more work on this thing than gaming. I barely ever touch into games in here. I'm pretty much mostly working on here. Let me see. Trying to change your name on your business account for your Facebook page. Freaking absolute nightmare. Yeah, I won't do that today. That was not fun at all. There was nothing fun about that at all today. That was an absolute freaking nightmare. Oh, freaking Facebook. Why? Why would you go up there and say, you want to change your name? All right, I put my name in to change it. And then you give me the same name I already have. Why do I want to change it to the same name that I already have already? I'm trying to change the name that I want to change it to. And then I finally get it changed to the name I want to. Then they tell me, no, you can't do that. 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 That goes on for like 17 clicks. You can't do that. No. But it's my name. It's the company's name. What do you mean I can't put it in there? And after 17 clicks, I went through. I was like, what the freak was that all about? Yeah, I finally got it changed. Been trying to get the Crystal Edge page changed over to the new company's name. It's a freaking headache. Oh, thank God it's done. Let me see. Let's drop some tables in here. Tabletop panels. Whoop, where you at? Kaboom. I'm gonna walk through Japan. Let me see. Got to come back a little farther. Let's go with the tabletops. Tabletop panels. I had to call it out. SFEG tabletop panels. Did we just do this already? Yeah. I already did this already. Oh. SFEG transparent tabletop panels. There we go. Copy. Oh, in the wrong section, Jack. Right, tabletop panels. I want the ones with the dual setups for fun. The Matrix. That's music was jumping on here. Really? I mean that one. Yeah. Oh, that's just peachy. I was on there. Right, cool. Let's get the Matrix. I'm gonna do a koi fish floor display and one of the units we're gonna rent out. So we're gonna go in there and do the whole floor, grab that projector over there with the stand, set it up, boom, turn the whole floor into koi fish. Get some spiral designs on it, with all the lights on in there. Alright, where you at for the tabletop? Tabletop, here we go. Yippee-ki-yay. Y'all. Get that in there, here and here. Make sure we loop it. Alright. That does lights on and off, right? And those? I think they do. Yeah, they do lights on and off. Alright. Look at the people dancing. Oh, is that the video game? Let me see. Oh, this is the outer space. Starman. Now this is crazy how this is going to be when my buddy prints out the tables. The tables are see-through. And they have projector systems that dock underneath of them. You turn your entire table into a solar system. You know how cool that's going to be? I can't wait to get mine. I think I'm going to do 2 projector setups. One side's going to be on fire, the other side's going to be liquid. And you can have all your lights on. It's not going to affect the ad tech. Bam. Let's see. Mr. Bird, where are we going with this? Over here. Over here. Over here. Don't. There we go. Get the repeater on here. Boom. Done. Then we got another one. Choose wisely. I want the one with the liquid table. I definitely want that. The fish table. Oh, look at the party table. Oh, that's a whatchamacallit? That's a whatchamacallit, a mashup. The mashup. I like the mashup. I'm gonna do more mashups. Let me see. It is a liquid. Oh, that's what you forgot to do. You forgot to add in the flex. There we go. Transfer flex. We got more of those in there. A lot more of those. Transfer flex. This is better. Alright, this brings them up. You know, it brings up everything else with it too. Oh, that's the DJ. Oh, I can't wait till we finish the DJ screens. I got 3 people. Okay, I got 3 people or 2 people. They're going to be testing the screen out. Right here, get you over here. Here. Kaboom. Up there. Make sure it's, yeah, it's doing that over there. Okay, cool. Alright, what's the next one? Underwater submersive. We got that right there. PC applications. We're going to have our own cube. Let me see. The liquid. Oh, this explains. I'm here talking good. Over here. And we got the storefront. We've been there and done it. We're done already. Got the screen display in the window. They wanted a small screen. They don't want anything too big. They got a whole bunch of stuff in the decoration in the back. They want something small. They're going to turn it to an open sign, like a digital open sign. They want something that open sign changes back and forth. Their daughter does AI. She works with AI. So that's what they want, a little display there. So we finished yours already. We're going to be posting theirs pretty soon. So we're done with that area. Going back in and hit another and get another one. Give me a chance to show those all. What, the koi fish? That is koi fish. God is amazing. Before that's the storefront we did. Whatever, that thing came up beautiful. Here we go. This is what I was looking for with the dance on it. I need a video game one. Oh, let me see. What do you want to do on the side? Let's get this. This is another one. Dance now. So like I said, because we're moving, we're not going to do streams anymore, but I am going to be on site. There's a place actually where we're doing a lot of my videos at, and that's where we're going to show up the black AdTech. Also, too, we're going to be showing off a 100-inch of the Imperior. It's going to be insane. Full walk around the screen. It'll pick up on every angle with no problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something interesting with this screen. We are going to run two projectors off of it. One on one side, one on the side. So when we turn around, you can see on this side, you see back and forth, the front, the back, the front, the rear, the front, the rear, the front, as we circle around this thing. Whatever side we transfer to, zero lamp glare, all image. It's a jet black version of it. And this is going to be fantastic for if you have ultra short throw projectors, which is what I want to do with it. If you have an ultra short throw projector and you have something like the one I have over here, like a 720p model with 4001, like this right here at the end of the day, you know, paperweight, you can stick it behind that screen. Image is going to improve, color is going to improve, and you'll receive 100% contrast without spending thousands of dollars for a projector. Operating fully lit environments, heck, you can stick it next to a window, won't even phase it. So that's what that's going to bring in. It's going to bring an improvement for projectors. Now, the curious thing about it is, which I have to test, if that thing reads a knockoff, that means that's hope for people who have the Valva, WeMax, whatever projectors. I wouldn't advise you buy these things, but you know, if you have one of these things and you know you spent a lot of money for it and you want to try to get more out of it, you will be able to do it with that product. So we're working on that one. So, and it costs far less than what you paid for the projector. $3,700 for a projector? I can't imagine charging $3,700 for a screen. All right, so this over here to the top. All right, that's done. Put a loop in there. Loopity doopy. Right, that's finished. That's it here, and Here we're going to put here, let's put down visual displays. So soon, when we go to the home show, because we got plans for the home show, we got a visual wall coming out, and we have projector paintings, like visual paintings and stuff, coming out pretty soon. These are all black screens, because it's designed that you can't see the projector if it sits behind it. The visual walls are pretty cool. So imagine having a wall that you can actually put in place like a divider that's a projection screen that runs off an ultra short throw. Even has a docking station on it. You can dock it from the bottom, you can dock it from the top. It's up to you how you want to install it. But this thing's gonna be freaking sick. Why? Because I want one for myself. That's why I'm building it, because I wanted it for myself. Majority, most of the stuff that I basically post is because I wanted it for myself. I want to be able to walk down my hallway. I want to be able to see the sceneries change. I like that. When I watch those Facebook posts, and it shows people flying through these worlds and stuff, and you got the kid on the bike, and the bike starts flying in the air, and all this cool stuff, and this beautiful city in the background. I want that when I walk through my house. I want to see that. So since we have now a tile system, we can tile floors and ceilings with this stuff like a Lego system that's affected the screens instead, and they can operate on cheap, low entry level projectors. I want this, and I want it. It's going to be interactive. Some of it's going to be interactive, allow you to touch and things change. That's what I want. So why in the world would you have to spend all this money for these expensive LED screens? At the end of the day, we can do it for so much cheaper. So what I'm going to do for my digital display, one of the displays we want to do, we want to have it walking. Well, we have to rent a house for this thing. It is with a pool. It's very important. It has a pool on it. Because we can tile this system from basically from the kitchen outside, because it's pretty weatherproof, into the pool, right back out of the pool. Which means we can send an image right across the floor, right into the pool, come right back up. Imagine that type of technology. Bum, 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 bum. Now people may say, but they already have something. Yeah, but it's expensive. It's super expensive. It's not made for the everyday Joe. That stuff is made for people who have very serious bread at the end of the day. It's not made for you. People don't want to spend that type of money. Even if they had it, they don't want to spend that type of money. Yeah, so many times I sat there and said, I wish somebody could do it for cheaper. I don't want to spend that type of money. Let me see. So, we do this, try to figure ways how to make it better and more affordable. Now right now, because of the place I'm working at right now, they can't afford the expensive LED screens. They're expensive. But they want something to advertise their product. They want a screen that changes out at will. They can add their own commercials to their own screens. That's what the people want. So you're going out and spending all this money, get these decal stickers all over your store. It doesn't even change. It just stays the same thing, same thing, same thing. I watched somebody had those stickers all over their windows, all over around the windows. It looked nice and all, but when Christmas time came up, they had to put a whole bunch of snow in the windows and decorations because it doesn't change. Our technology, you put that in the window, you can basically make it rain. You can put snowflakes in there. You can put jack-o'-lanterns. You can turn your entire window to a firework display. Do you have any idea the application how that's going to look sick for a person who actually owns a firework business? They sell firecrackers and fireworks. Do you know they can actually broadcast any demonstration they've done that they've recorded right through their glass? That's a huge, massive impact. Not only are people, you don't say fireworks, you actually show your work or what you sell or advertise. We got these right here. We got this right here. This is what we have. We're having a special sale on this. You could have multiple screen setups on how you want to design it. And then with AI technology, heck, you make anything come to life on glass. You can have little cartoon shows out there and all kinds of stuff at the end of the day. You can even make yourself a whatchamacallit, a freaking mascot named Blast, which is actually a firecracker. Talks about the safety of fireworks and stuff like that. See, there you go. You got to think future. The stuff being stuck on the wall, that dark environment stuff, that's not the future projection. It just isn't. The future projection is to be to go anywhere you want to go with that technology. When they're done with that little display they have, they can roll it up and take it home and watch a movie off of it. You're not doing it with those decal stickers. And then 11, whatever money you spend into this, when you leave the store, a power washer, some solution, and a paint scraper is your investment at the end of the day. That's what it's come down to. So it's a great product. It is. But again, as I said before, it has other use for it. It's fantastic. But I think it'd be a nice combination if they put like something around the store and we put something into the glass. That'd be nice. Because that's what they do. Usually put around the store and we don't touch the glass with that stuff. We can hit the glass with it, no problem. Because we're not actually touching the glass. We have a screen that goes to their text into the glass. Right? Change it whatever you want. There's a woman right now, it's a flower shop. She's talking about she wants to trim around the windows. She wants the windows to be open. She wants to trim around it. And her daughter does projector mapping applications. Got to talk to her more often too. That's pretty cool. So she does is pretty more high tech than what I do. And she's going to make vines grow around the windows. All of that technology. See? People thinking way outside the box. Got a food truck. You'd make so much more money if you had for people to watch. Well, first person someone's going to do when they get your food, what are they going to do? Sit down and whip out their cell phone. That's what they're going to do. They're going to go home, watch TV with it. They can be outside, enjoying the fresh air, watch a movie right the side of your truck. Just like that. Yep. Dinner and a movie. Right there. Yes, sirree. Told you, fellow I'm working right now. He has a friend who's an executive for Dunkin' Donuts. I was just talking about that. I would love to be able to get a contract through Dunkin'. I'd love to get a contract through Dunkin'. We can make the windows fill up with coffee, because with the screen, they can do whatever you want. They can make the screens fill up with coffee, make it rain donuts. Heck, they can make a mascot run through there at the end of the day. You know, anything you want. That's the whole beautiful thing about it. You can dream the impossible. I'd love to see Toys R Us have it. I couldn't imagine that's what they could have done with Toys R Us. Jeffrey running across the screen, all kinds of cool stuff. They could do some really cool stuff. Now you got Foot Locker. They can go in and they can put, for their athletic gear, basketball gear, they can put commercials right on the glass. The thing about it, the LEDs are expensive, and they are maintenance. So this would be fantastic. The Lord's going to bless us to be able to do. But one at a time. Baby steps. He's making a way for us. I pray on it. He's making a way. I've learned to understand God, and it's not saying all his ways, that's impossible. But understand that the reason why, if you're a Christian at the end of the day and you can't figure out why things happen, it's because God is teaching you to have more faith. And you will learn in the end that no matter what happens, you will always be victorious every single time. It can be in your darkest hour, you will still have victory. No matter what it is, you'll have victory. And you'll do this over and over and over again until you get to a point where you say, you know what, I've seen this movie before. I know the outcome of it all. I'm good. 100%. My account on here got banned 3 times. 3 times it got banned. If people got together and ganged up on my channel and said some really nasty stuff. We have transcripts. We know everything now. And there's some statements that were made that weren't true about my company. But everything's going to be out in the open. Like I said, everything's under judgment. You attacked the Christian. That's what you did. You know, and it's all under judgment. Even YouTube, under judgment. Because again, they didn't treat us fairly in this whole ordeal. And people said some very nasty things. That stuff on their site. Everybody was just saying, how would they have all this stuff about you on their site? And YouTube has never struck them down. I said, we filed these complaints. And YouTube did nothing about it. That's why we have, at the end of the year, lawyers are coming in to file lawsuits against YouTube. Because YouTube allowed that stuff to go on. If YouTube had nipped that stuff in the butt the way they did, it would have never gotten to the situation it's now. They're responsible for it. But anyway, they got my account banned 3 times. And the Lord, each time, allowed us to come back even faster. This time, when they banned my account, they brought me back. I wasn't even off for at least about 3. They said a week. They said something like 60 days or something like that. No. Rose brought us back in 3 days. In 3 days, my account was reactivated. So that's why I explained to you at the end of the day that you have no victory. You have no victory whatsoever. God owns everything. Your YouTube channel, everything. He owns it all. When is that going to process for you? Get that in your head. That you have nothing on this planet. You own nothing. You have nothing here. Everything belongs to God. You know when you realize you have nothing? When you leave the world. That's when you realize you have nothing. Some people realize it already. That everything you have here belongs to God. You will take nothing with you. Every single person that has inherited this planet has left, but their belongings still here. That's why they call them antiques. Special finds. If you find something from the era of 1200 and 1300 and 1400 and 1500, that was somebody's stuff that lived in that era that left it behind. And whether it survived time, because even the things that are left here behind don't survive time. They deteriorate, they go old, they break, they shut down. Nothing on this planet is designed to last forever. Nothing. Nothing's designed to last forever. And you put this out, what about the oceans? What about the sun? God's coming back. All that's going to be gone. He's going to get rid of it. All that. He's going to build a new heaven and earth. It's all going to be gone. He's going to get rid of it all. Nothing's designed. He said the earth was forever. He didn't say the sun was forever. He never said that. He said when he comes back, he's going to build a brand new heaven, brand new earth. All that's going to be rebuilt. He's going to get rid of all this. Go on. All of it. It's the same thing when Jesus spoke about the whole thing about being baptized and your body being put in a dirty bottle. What's the point of being baptized and having the Holy Spirit and He puts you inside of a dirty bottle? What's the point of the Lord taking this world and everything around it and building a whole new different world, a divine world for us that's still embedded with sin and curse? And give it all of it. It's amazing how when Jesus spoke, He kind of spoke about the future too. He spoke about the future. I find that fascinating about Christ, that God was walking around on the earth. The one who built all this is walking around like a man on this planet. That's got to be fascinating. Can you imagine his father looking right at his son at 3 years old, and you're looking in the eyes of God right across from you? Can you imagine the knowledge that was flowing through his head at that young age? So your existence is literally sitting across the table from you eating. The reason why you exist on this planet, the reason why all this is around you, is sitting right across the street, right across from you. And I'd have been blown out of my mind. I'd just been staring at him like, wow, this has got to be incredible. It's got to be incredible. I would be blown. I would so many questions I'd have to ask at the end of the day. Yeah, but I find it interesting about how the Pharisees, how they acted up, how they carried on. It's the same repeat that happens in all generations. Jealousy. Pharisees were upset and bitter over Jesus. Oh, they're upset with Jesus at the end of the day. They couldn't figure out how in the world, where did he get his doctrine from? He was too young. You know, he didn't have any gray hair. You know, back then, like I said, gray hair was considered to be a sign of wisdom. That's what gray hair was. You know, where did he go to school at? Where do you get this doctrine from? Who has the power to cast out demons? They thought it was all an act. At one point, these guys, though they saw Jesus casting out demons, they thought at the end of the day was like some kind of act. He must be getting paid for this. They tried to do it themselves. Some demons popped out like, I don't know you. Who are you? They came out of the house bloody and beaten. Man, it must be interesting. Sitting there, breaking bread, eating a baked fish with the Creator of Jesus Christ. What you said, Christ is the Son of God. You know, you can't even talk to God directly. Did you know that? You got to go through Jesus. Pray. Jesus basically submits you to God. You talk about the Lord. I love talking about the Lord. I don't talk about the Lord for the sake of Jesus talks to God about me, because I know I talk about the Lord all the time. I love talking about Jesus. I love him. But when you talk about the Lord, Jesus talks you up to God. Now, I don't do it for the sake of wanting Jesus to talk me up to God all the time. No, I love Jesus. I do. One for him, I want to be here right now. You know how much money, what I owe him? Money's not even it. It's you know how much I owe him? I'm here having a conversation with you. You weren't back then there with me when I was in the lockup system, were you? You didn't go through that process that I went through. You didn't go through the fright and the terror and the freaking drum, the fear, all that, knowing at the end of the day you're going to spend the rest of your life behind bars forever. And I had never thought that I'd be sitting here having this conversation on a YouTube channel talking about my past and how I was given a second chance. I've been given a second chance on so many levels, it's not even funny. All that time watched over me. All that time watched over me. So many situations I could have easily been killed. All that time watched over me. Get this in here. That last video just trying to get like, it's in there. Like it ain't feel like it's in there. It's freaking me out, man. Freaking me out. I think it has to be brought down a little bit more here. I'm up something right there. It just feels like it's not there yet. There we go. That is better. It feels like a little bit off bird. There we go. That's better. That's much better. All right. I remember this woman that lived right across from me. No, not right next door to me. People here at the house, mother had passed away. The woman hated my guts, couldn't stand me. Tried to make a lot of trouble for me. Don't touch God's anointed. And at the time, I didn't know the power of God's protection. You know, I'm learning. A woman died alone in that house. She froze to death. I don't know why the police didn't take her. The police went to the house and felt the house was cold. And she's out there walking around in a nightgown, a thin nightgown. And they put her back in the house. And that night, that day, she didn't wake up. She died. I didn't know she had passed away. I didn't know. Just didn't see her out there. At the point that she was at, she wasn't outside too much. She was inside all the time. And that woman did some wicked stuff. Some really wicked, deceitful stuff. At the end of the day, really wicked stuff. And she died alone in that house. She froze to death, hypothermia. So, family came out, took all her possessions, threw them in the street. I watched the drug users dig through all her possessions. That's what happens to your stuff when you die. They sort it out. Some people take your stuff and they put it in a safe place. You don't want anybody touching it. Other people fight over it. You divide your stuff up. That's it. Time here is short. I watched all her stuff thrown in the trash. Her kids all made all these statements to how they cared about their grandmother so much. They couldn't care less. They could all cut each other's throat in a hot second. Here's something else. All her stuff in the street. Thrown scattered everywhere. No respect for their mother. All they wanted was a house. Got the house and nothing but problems. The house had all kinds of conditions and problems with it. So one of the guys ripped off a woman at his job. She needed a house. Never told her that the house had real serious sewage issues. We had to pay up somebody to dig the street up. You know how much money that costs? That's somebody to dig the street up, because the city don't do it. You got to do it yourself. Never told her any of that stuff. Sold the house for $10,000. Verbal agreement, no paperwork, nothing. I don't know why people do that stuff at 10 grand. When she got moved into the house, she had all types of problems and stuff. Found that the city came and condemned the house. She lost $10,000 in that mess. She was so upset. And he would do something like that. He transferred to another job. He got transferred to someplace else. Not because of that. Because he knew she was going to be in his face. So she lost $10,000 in that mess. She had no deed, nothing to the house, nothing to it was her. He said something about transferring the deed, never did. They were dirty like that. They did dirty stuff like that. Later on, house thought behind the back taxes was put up for sale. Temple came in and bought it. The college kids had it for a while. They got into a lot of trouble having parties and carrying on and acting up. And the landlord got tired of it and kicked them out. And now somebody's renting the house out, living in it right now. You know, that fellow at the end of the day, I told you I got the woman at the end of the day, he died in COVID. I found that out when I went back to my neighborhood, checking around to see what's going on. So what happened to him at the end of the day? So he died. Died of COVID. But before that, I guess COVID got to him first. He had a hit put on him. So they're a hot temper, very, very hot temper, quick to lose their temper, quick to explode, get upset. Ended up hitting this guy in the bar, and the guy was heavily connected. So people you don't want to mess around with. And they put a bounty on his head. That's hiding way up in the northeast somewhere, fearing for his life. Ended up catching COVID and passed away. See all that? Cheating, stealing, robbing, lying, all that stuff. Wasn't serving God in any way whatsoever. He died horrible deaths. One froze to death, the other one died of COVID. It was a horrible way to die. Like slowly being suffocated. What do you want through? Terrified, scared to death because there was a bounty put on his head for his life. The other one drank herself to death. She died. All of majority, most of them are dead. The other ones that didn't get involved in a lot of that nonsense, they're still active, they're still alive. But the other ones that are involved in all that stuff in the day, they passed away. They're gone. There was a group of guys on the corner used to pick me from time to time. One died of complications. He passed away in the hospital. The other one ended up on drugs. I've seen him way a long time ago. Smoked out. He didn't even recognize me. It's not even there anymore. It's gone. The other one, basically, a lot of pills, drugs at the end of the day, not even there. Half the time he was out of it most of the time until on top of that. So yeah, I watched a lot of them in that neighborhood self-destruct and fall apart just like that. Watch them die. I watched the devil take all of them, just about all of them. Carry out his plan to take them out. And I'm pretty sure the Lord came to him multiple times. People don't listen. They don't want to listen. They'd rather be out there living in the world. And these people didn't make it. Didn't even make it. Some people never even got the opportunity. When I lived on Park Avenue, I watched so many people die on Park Avenue. It was unbelievable how many people died in that area. Strawberry Mansion area, I watched a lot of people die over there. A lot of people. There was one girl, they went to the park. Went to the park around like 12 o'clock at night. Diamond Street Park, a lot of people hung up there, played basketball, swing on the swing, stuff like that. Big open area and everything. She was swinging on a swing. higher and higher and higher. When she went to jump off, some of these swing sets had this little piece of cement that rises up on the far end. You step off on it. She caught the edge of her foot, slipped off, and struck the back of her head, and she died. She was killed. She had a dream that she was swinging on a swing, and she died, and it actually happened. I watched the entire family on the far end. We knew all of them, every single one of them. Like I used to date one of the sisters over there, and it was tragedy for all of them. They're just about all dead. The grandmother passed away. The grandmother and I guess I don't know, somebody, one of her sisters who passed away. She took her son. His son with special needs. He was so tightly knit with the mother that when he died, grandmother, when she died, he had a heart attack and died also. And 2 days later, because they were so tightly knit. With three of the boys that we used to hang out with every single day, we were buddies with them. They were nothing but trouble. They got in trouble constantly all the time. They're fun to hang around with. They were idiots, but they were fun. They were interesting guys. We had a lot of fun with them. But unfortunately, they all died. One shot himself by accident in a dispute with his girlfriend, playing with the gun, and he was killed. Shot himself in the face, and they found his body like a week later. The other son did something disrespectful to a high-level dealer, and he got a bounty put on him, and they got him in jail. He was killed in jail. The other one got out, and they killed him in the street. There was a bounty put on both of them. I don't know why they even thought that was a good idea, but they were both killed. The oldest daughter went mad. She lost her mind. She lost the majority of her family, died. And the other one, I had no idea what happened to her at all, period. But I know most of them are dead. Man, it's just crazy how many people perished on that block. A lot of people. If not half of them were dead, then most of them ended up on crack. And watch that thing go through a neighborhood. I've never seen anything like it. I tell you, the many years I've been on this planet, I have never seen a destructive drug like crack. Never seen anything like it, ever. Excuse me. It's like you would think at the end of the day not to go near this stuff because you see the results of it, but people would do it. And I watch people with good jobs. A woman had a bank job. She worked a bank job every day. Nice car. She drove a Mercedes. Suits to match, nails to match, hair to match, jewelry to match. Always dressed to a T. She went to a party. Somebody introduced her to her. And she got hooked on that stuff. And then she was out there washing cars. Sold everything she had for that drug. Was ended up washing cars. I literally watched this crazy stuff going on. I watched entire families collapse. Mother ended up on drugs. Father ended up on drugs. You ever watch that show called The Corner? Yep, that's exactly what it's like. That's exactly what it's like. Yep. Just exactly what it's like. Unbelievable. Never seen anything like it. Women out there with much respect, had much respect, out there selling their bodies. Guys out there who had respect at one point, treated like trash because, they'll clean up their house, they'll clean your backyard, they'll do odd jobs you wouldn't even do. You can pay them nickels and dimes. No respect for themselves, nothing. God just took them out. That's something to Satan right there. Weapon of Satan. Yeah, quarter boys out there selling it. Their lives were doomed too because they were caught up in a system they couldn't even get out of. I had friends that were in the system, and at the end of the day, they were caught up in that stuff, and they were basically, a lot of them were shot to death, a lot of them were killed. The wrong place, wrong time. Somebody didn't like you being on their corner or spot, they got murdered and got killed. A lot of them. I mean, a lot of them. I watched a lot of them die. I remember this one kid, I didn't know much about him. He was a little older than me, but I didn't know much about him, but he drove this real nice Corvette, black Corvette. He was only about 18. No, he's about in his 20s, 20-something. He drove a beautiful Corvette. He started off being a corner boy, going from a foot soldier, then he started being like a top dealer. And he was going back and forth to New York City to pick up his stuff. We knew the family because the family lived right across the street. No, the family lived around the corner from us. Somebody was doing business with, partners was living across the street next to us. They were doing business together. But anyway, long story short, he had a buddy, a friend, a so-called friend. So you had to be careful about people at the end of the day. And he had a baby on the way, and he figured he's going to give up the business. He made enough money. He's going to move to Florida, get a nice house down there for him and his wife and his kid, newborn kid, and they're going to open up a business. That's what he's going to do. He's going to quit, get out of it. But the other guy was living that lavish life. He wanted him to stay in it, and the guy didn't. He set him up. So he mixed the bags. He put half cocaine and half baking soda in the bags. He was doing business with, I can't tell you who. I know who. I can't say the name of what they are. But I do know for a fact what in New York City, they knew it wasn't legit. So we lost him. So yeah, he's a nice kid. Really was. But anyway, that's just what happens, People get caught up in there. They want to get caught up in the sneakers. And when sneakers want some new sneakers, they want a couple of pair of jeans. They want a couple of nice white T-shirts and stuff. And they end up selling you soul for that stuff. I want to let you out of there. You know too much, at the end of the day. And there was a guy I never forget. A guy named Greg. I can't give you his last name, but 3 of them on the block. He was a nice guy, man. Grew up in a church family. At the end of the day, he wanted money. He wanted money. That's what he wanted. He didn't want to get a job. He wanted fast money. He ended up hooking up these people on the other end of the block, which they're interesting people. They're all real light-skinned, pretty eyes. They had gorgeous eyes. It was 7 of them, 7 boys and 1 girl. All had gorgeous eyes. But anyway, he ended up hooking up with the girl. And the girl's brothers were the top dealers in a particular section, and they ended up getting him a job working with them. So he was running and working with them. And once you win, you win. And at one point, he made his money, but he didn't want to be in it no more. He was tired of it. He wouldn't want to be in it. They told him, no, you ain't leaving. You in it, you're in it. The only reason why he got released, because they got pinched. That's the only way he got out of it. Because they happened to have a large amount in the vehicle. They got pulled over. They told her to take the hit because, she didn't have any time on her. They did. They all got hit with that at the end of the day. That girl was pretty. I mean, really pretty girl. Pretty. They sent her to a woman's prison. She got certified. You know what they do to people in there? They carve your face up. If you're too pretty at the end of the day, girls get jealous at the end of the day. They will carve up your face. When she came out, she wasn't the same person coming in. Completely different person. Not the same. Face scarred up pretty bad. You see battle wounds. She's been in fights. Change attitude. Everything. Not the same person anymore. But that sweet, nice, good person on the block that laughed and joked at her all the time, and we're close to it. Messed her life up. Messed her up. He got out of it. He definitely got out of that contract he was in with. Yeah. So I watched the devil claim a lot of people. Yeah, claim a lot of people. In that neighborhood, we have 4 churches down there. We have 1 church here, 1 church. I got baptized in a church down here. Church over, they're all church people. Their parents and stuff are all church people. They're in church every single day. But you got to be careful because your kids will stray with the wrong pack. That's what happened. A lot of those kids strayed with the wrong pack, and they didn't make it out of that neighborhood. And we sit back and we talk about that. We had family reunions. You remember we lived down there by Strawberry Mansion? I lived in North Philadelphia, Strawberry Mansion, the heart, about 5 blocks from Strawberry Mansion High School. Now, anybody in Philly know that area from the door. They can tell you from the door. That area was ultra violent, and we lived there in the 80s when crack first came out. The body count down there was high. Now imagine my mother, who goes to church, and you're worrying about your kids out there in the street, and we're hanging out with these people and doing what we do at the end of the day. My mother said, keep it close to home. We want to do what we want to do because, we're young. We want to do this and that and have fun, blah, blah. And she knows the dangers of that neighborhood. And you got to have, it's scary. I couldn't imagine what she went through. When you're young out there running around doing dumb stuff, you don't think about how bad your mother's suffering at the end of the day and how scared she is that one of her kids might not come back. Imagine you live in a neighborhood that your neighbor's kids didn't come back. Or the kid down the street got killed. That happened often in that neighborhood. Friends with somebody 1 minute, next minute you dress in a black suit at a funeral. So, people who live the suburban life, They killed me at the end of the day. Right? Remember, I used to go out to see my brother in the suburban life, and I would see kids out there want to be gangsters. Got your pants sagged all around your behind, talking like you from this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? Like you tough and all that. You want to see a bad neighborhood? I'll take Strawberry Mansion. Because I would go up there and say my mother would get me out of the neighborhood from time to time. So I'm taking up there to the Northeast, like, oh, there ain't nothing to do up there. There's nothing to do up there. I used to be in the city. And I'd bump into these kids up there who thought they was gangster. And I'd be looking at them like, that's a bunch of freaking idiots. Like, you from North Philly? I'm from North Philly, Strawberry Mansion, that's where I'm from. But what's it like out there? You don't want to know. Y'all got it good up here, man. Y'all got it real good up here. You know, gunfire, no fighting, screaming, yelling. None of that. Y'all got crackheads all over the streets in the backyard. You ain't got no drug dealers all over the corners. You don't shootouts, nothing. You come outside and hear crickets. Go out there and hear crickets. And hear these kids in there and they're listening to rap music, want to be gangster. That's what I like about the whole David Chappelle, the white swap. The little boy was rapping and acting like he was hood. And he said, oh, you gonna be hood, huh? All right. He dropped him off in the middle of the hood. Good luck. Say hello to Rob for me. Took off. Yeah. Y'all got it good, man. Y'all got it real good. Yep. You can go out there and look at your life a little bit. That must be nice. Must be nice to go to the corner store, not carrying a firearm. That must be fantastic. I have no idea what that's like. Go to a corner store and you don't have to carry any iron on you, because you're afraid you're gonna walk in at the wrong place at the wrong time, or something may have popped off in there and it's coming back and you don't know it. You're gonna be caught up in it. That must be real nice. They had a Chinese store down there. I was like, wow, no bulletproof glass. None. Y'all have no bulletproof glass. That's crazy. Graffiti and all that stuff was none of that. I don't even smell urine in the corners. Brackets coming in sometimes, urinate right there in the middle of the corner sometimes. Yep. Ain't none of that. Wow, that's interesting. That must be nice. It must be real nice. Get up in the morning, all you smell is dew and flowers and neighbor outside. Hello, how you doing? How you doing? Interesting. This is nice. I'm watching brother come up in the driveway, leave the doors open. I'm looking up like, doors open? Key, car running? Man, it must be nice. When summer's up, I go back to reality. Yep. So, you suburbians at the end of the day, we grew up in the suburban world in the day in the 80s. I grew up in a different area in the 80s. I did have my fun. I got a chance to go to Roxy's and the Run DMC Tough Run Tour and all sorts of that, but we lived in the hood. Why, up in the suburbs, y'all lived that freaking Ferris Bueller life at the end of the day. That's how y'all were living up there. Y'all go to school and you have little arguments, that's basically about it. We have arguments, people come back. They come back with more people, and those more people carry stuff. You need to worry about that today, especially if you're at Strawberry Mansion. I was at Strawberry Mansion and I was at Franklin. I was at both of them. Yeah, that was great. But was it all bad? No, I had a great time down there, to tell you the truth. Once you get used to it at the end of the day, it's not really that bad. Just gotta keep your head on a swivel and just know your people. And sometimes you can't know your people because sometimes your people out to get you. So you just have to be that person. And then people, now I was with my ex, she said, why are you like this? Why are you so, cuz, look what I grew up in. Anybody that came from a real violent neighborhood that you may know will never ever be 100% relaxed, ever. They can't be. They could be in the nicest neighborhood in the world. They'll still be on their guard 24/7. It never goes away. You can leave, and I realized that. I never realized that until I moved out of the hood. When I moved out of the hood, I moved to a nice neighborhood. I'm up in there, Upper Darby Township. It's beautiful out there. The people are beautiful out there. And I sat there and said, look at this. I've carried my pew-pews with me. I got the house covered in security cameras. Not because you trolls, anybody scared y'all. But truthfully, no one's scared y'all at all, period. I've been in far more worse situations you can ever imagine. Been through the hood, bad neighborhoods, all that insanity. You have no idea the stuff I've seen. And then go through the prison system. Trust me, I'm good. Anyway, but it never leaves. Security cameras. That's the way I am. I'm used to having security cameras. I like to see what's outside. That door cam ain't enough for me. I got to see front, back, rooftop, driveway, all that. That whole place is wiring cameras. Anything runs up and down, I see it. Regular camera enough. I got to have heat vision, thermal heat. Oh, you can get thermal heat. I know people got to get thermal heat. That's military good stuff. I got military in the family. I can get those cameras. Oh yeah, all that stuff. I like to see what's going on out there. Not so much at nighttime. Nighttime, I don't think I'm going to see much out there. I couldn't do the trail cameras. The trail cameras would freak me out. I don't know. I can't do trail cameras. You know, some crazy stuff pops up. And you're watching things on trail cameras, like I said, the earth is really unexplained. Some crazy stuff pops up on trail cameras. Yeah. I couldn't imagine that. I mean, if it's out there in that area, in that section, I'm just going to put a wall up there somewhere. If I ain't leaving, I'm going to walk there somewhere. But yeah, trail cameras are freak. I don't know how you guys do that with that stuff. But I had cameras wired all through the whole entire place. And yeah, as a Christian, I do carry firearms. I carry firearms all the time. I like firearms. I like going to the shooting range. I love going to the shooting range. I have a few pew-pews. Yeah, I love my toys at the end of the day. Those are respect to be used as recreational and not as anything else. As protection, I got what you call non-lethal rounds. Got impact rounds. It'll do it. It's like the equivalent of being hit with a bag of sugar at 100 miles an hour in your chest plate. Beanbag guns. I got all that stuff. That's all I have to worry about. Basically, they killing anybody because I'm not responsible for that. But I do have a couple of firearms I like to carry. Well, I take when I go to the shooting range. When military come up, we go to the shooting range. So I got my MK, and I got my one of my personal favorites is my AA-12 dual C mags. That's my baby at the end of the day. I saw that Expendable, like doom 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 doom. When Terry was shooting that down the hallway. That's an AA-12. That's a cannon. He had freaking impact rounds in him, and incendiary impact rounds. Like, oh, got one. Got fired that sucker up at the hip. Put a strap around it and fired at the hip. Oh my goodness, that thing does now. That's for breaching. That's definitely for breaching. And I got a suppressor on it too. Customized suppressor and shell catchers on it. I love that thing. But I take it to Target. So I was interested for Target. All my stuff stays locked up. And I go to Target and I shoot at the range, put it back. I want to try next skeet shooting. I definitely want to try that. That looks really interesting. Boom, 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 boom. Got to break out the Winchesters. But yeah, I'm gonna try that. I want to do some skeet shooting. So next time they come down, we found a place to do skeet shooting. They're gonna come down and we're gonna do that. So that should be fun. That's the only time we carry. The only stuff I have at the end of the day is just basically going to shooting range for fan. That's basically about it. Everything else just stay locked up. That's what it does. I don't need it. Why? Got God at the end of the day. But I use it for recreation purposes. And I don't hunt anymore. So no, don't use it for that either. Just recreation purposes, and we don't go to inside range with an open range. Open range is much better, much funner. Why? Targets move. That's why. It's like a shooting gallery at the circuit, not the circuit, but a shooting gallery at the carnival. Things move. That's why I go in there. I'm bold, my family. We'll put viginal text in there. Let me see, text. We need text. Text. Yep. Some of the people did get out. Some people got out. We got their lives. We got a few on Facebook. Got their lives together. Got a good job working with the city. Nice whole family. Happy for them. A lot of people didn't make it out. Some ended up on crack. Some went to jail. Some died. Man, there was one guy on the block. He was a bit of a jerk. He was a jerk. I wasn't a fan of him, but he was a jerk. And I hung out with him from time to time. He was an Eddie Haskell. He was a black version of Eddie Haskell. That's the best way I can say it right. He's a black version of Eddie Haskell. And he had a job working for Comcast. Way back in the day, he was an installer. That's where they went in and they put the antennas. When Comcast had the antennas instead of the cable line, it had a big old antenna. You got that big wooden box with a remote control, like the size of a freaking, I don't know how big, like a freaking, how big the remote controls were. They were short, small remote controls. But size of a Good and Plenty box. Had the wooden interior design on it and all that stuff, and the coaxial cable. He worked in that at that type of area. Had the clicker on it, and he worked for Comcast. He made good money. He was installing TV, the antennas and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, he was a bit of a jerk. But anyway, long story short, I bumped into him downtown. Wow, I think roughly in the '90s. He was on crack. He was smoked out. He was smoked out. He was just wandering through the streets. He smoked out. Yep. And he's my enemy? Nah, I'm my enemy. He's just a jerk, that's all. He's just a jerk. Let me see. But he wasn't my enemy at all in any way whatsoever. That's why I say it's interesting when you see like time and people at the end of the day. You never thought in a million years talking to this guy on the corner he's gonna end up on crack. You gotta be careful, the devil's out to get you. That's why I explain to people. Be careful, Satan is out to get you. One way or another, he's gonna try to bring you down. And that guy had a good hit on his shoulders. He had a good hit on his shoulders. He's a jerk. He had a good hit on his shoulders, you know. He ended up on that, so he got smoked out. I've seen a few people out there, a good hit on his shoulders. The devil got him into those drugs, and they smoked out. Some get off, some never do. FFG. That's why you want to stay close to God. And his parents were church people. They were church people. They were church people. It was just so many. It was good times in that place, and then tell you it was so many sad stories. Excuse me. But these people were church people. And he still ended up on that stuff. I never thought, excuse me, in a million years, he would end up on that stuff. He had more common sense than that. I mean, how would you be on that stuff? His brother was on it. His brother was in the military. His brother was in Vietnam. He came back. He was real messed up. He was on all types of stuff. He ended up on it. So I can't understand, like, you just watch your brother go through it. You watch an entire neighborhood get destroyed by it. Why would you even touch that stuff? But he did. He wasn't even there anymore. You got to be careful on how you do things. And even, like I said, when I tell people that, even Christians fall. I watch Christians fall. I watch a Christian in my family fall. Can't say who he is, but I watch a Christian fall. And again, when you make mockery, especially about a Christian falling, this is another thing that's extremely dangerous. We guys got to stop getting together, man. You're really messing with things in life that you really should not be just messing with at the end of the day. At the ages you are right now, this is really not the time to be messing around with God when you really need your health to stay intact. You need that, you know what I mean? This is not the time to be playing around and doing dumb stuff. You got 1 foot in the grave. When you reach the age that we're at right now, you are 1 foot in. And you don't even know where you're going. That's the thing about it. I can see you don't know where you're going, especially with the activity I see what you guys do every day. You don't know where you're going. Or you do, I know where you're going, but you don't get it together. But yeah, man of God had everything. God blessed me with it. He was married to my sister. She was a God-fearing woman. She never cheated on him, nothing whatsoever. Come home, she was a cook. She loved to cook, clean, bake, the whole 9 yards. She's just a homebody person. He had 2 wonderful kids. Had a boy and a girl. At perfect time, boy and girl. Both people they met. She was a cheerleader, and he would play football. He was a quarterback in football, and he crashed into her, and I don't know how it went from there. But long story short, they ended up together. But anyway, it was beautiful. It's a beautiful story how they met and everything, you know, and it all worked out and. They didn't fornicate, which was interesting. They didn't fornicate. They were Christians. They were both Christians. He was a Christian also too. He was raised in a Christian household. They didn't fornicate. They got married first, and then they had their kids. Actually, only very few that did that one. But anyway, they got married, had their kids, and had a beautiful family and all that. And they traveled and went to different places. And so like that whole freaking Nashville film kind of reminded me of their families and stuff they did. But yeah, they had a beautiful family, traveled, went to different places and stuff like that. Ended up they had like a nice little apartment. And in the apartment, they were blessed to leave from there. And then they were looking to get a house, and they won a raffle. God bless them. They won a raffle to get this beautiful house with a sunken swimming pool and all that gorgeous house. All that. And then, long story short, he started to stray. He started to stray. He started looking at other women. The devil. Gotta be careful about that. And I told you, it's female demons. Gotta be careful about that. They see this beautiful family at the end of the day. They go to church. You know, she's a God-fearing, he's a God-fearing man. The devil's trying to look at that and like, how do I destroy this? Because again, I told you at the end of the day, the devil fights harder to come after Christians because he doesn't have us. He already has you already. He fights to kill you, yeah, definitely. But he doesn't fight that hard to keep you because he already has you. You're of the world. You don't have to fight that hard. But a Christian gets to fight even harder because we know who he is. We're aware of you at the end of the day. You're aware of him, but you choose not to. You listen to him. But anyway, you shouldn't be doing that at all, period. But anyway, yeah, so we just figured out how to wreck this, how to destroy this. And my brother-in-law had a weakness. His weakness was other women. Because he's a country boy. He grew up deep, 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 deep in the country. I mean, so deep up in there that at the end of the day, you had to drive hours just to go into town. Like, up there, country boys. That's what they were. Motocross, all that stuff, hunting, fishing. All of. He's an expert marksman and weapons and stuff like that. He used to hunt. All that stuff. So they all grew up that way. There's a bunch of them, about 7 or 8 of them, I think. They're all boys. They all grew up that way. Hunters, fishers, biking, all that stuff, that crazy stuff. They did all that stuff. And he came down here into the city, and he's never been around the crazy stuff we have down here. But he's with my sister, and he got caught up in the world. He got caught up in the world, and he started looking at other women, and long story short, he cheated on her. Cheated on her, and did it again, and again, and again, and again, and she kept forgiving him, and again, and again, and again, and she got tired of it. Says over. And she separated. She went to live with some family members, and he pretty much lost it. He lost everything. He lost his. And the kids don't forget that mess. They never forget that. Kids will never forget that. Kids will never forget that. And he started doing some shicey stuff and running these schemes and scams and stuff and, you know, taking people's money and stuff like that, and turned into that type of crime and started getting in worse stuff at the end of the day. So that's Satan. Satan got his mind all twisted up, and he just started committing all different types of crime. He committed crime against the post office. Went there, he worked for the post office. He was doing stuff in there he shouldn't have been doing. Ended up losing his job working there. Lost his job working with the, I think with the school district. I think he was working there, but he claimed he had a mental illness. He was talking about he had some kind of mental illness. He couldn't work there anymore. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not sure 100% that's true or not. But I do know that I felt in the day, I thought he was faking it because, again, if you don't know how to open up a door, if your brain's blocked and you can't open the door, you just can't open up a door. I watched him when my sister wasn't around. He opened up the door and walked through. I was like, well, wait a minute, is he faking this? This is real. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, at one point he came down. I remember I broke my leg and I had my brace and my neck brace when I broke my leg. I had a car accident. And he asked if he can come down and buy it. Who buys the used brace and a neck brace? And I didn't want to know. I was like, you know what? And then I want to know about it. But he's faking insurance or claim, whatever he's doing, I don't know. But he's always doing something sneaky and underhanded. You just couldn't trust him. So, long story short, my sister was living her life. And she's an amazing school teacher. You know, working for the school district. She's happy. She's to herself. She goes see her kids. You know, they got kids now, stuff like that now. They're grown with the adults with the kids. And they want nothing to do with him. They don't want nothing to do with him. Because the stuff he does is just everything he does when he gets around somebody, he brings them down. He carries destruction with him everywhere he goes. He carries it with him. If you get involved with him, you are guaranteed to get in trouble. You're guaranteed to get in some kind of jacked up, twisted trouble. Whether he owes money to somebody, you're going to get caught up in it. So everybody stays away from him. We're polite, nice, but we stay far away from him. So he eventually lost his mind. I bumped into him twice down here. I bumped into him. Lost his mind. I saw him in the corner. I walked right past him. He's in a corner and walking around in circles. Looking at his feet, walking around in circles. This is a man that had a brilliant mind, an amazing IQ. He's extremely smart. He's going to school for mathematics, something like that. Microphysics, quantum physics, all this crazy stuff in the day. Real smart engineer mind. Very intelligent. Lost it. You know, intelligence is a gift from God. It is. Intelligence is a gift from God. It's a blessing from God. And if you don't use your blessings correctly, the Lord will take them from you. So he basically sinned against God. He fornicated. He destroyed his marriage. He destroyed his wife. He destroyed the trust of his family. He's alienated. His kids won't come near him. He has grandbabies that he'll never see because they don't want him around because he's an untrustworthy person. You can't have him around him. They don't hate him. They just, at the end of the day, you can't be around certain people. Certain people cannot be trusted. They're dangerous to themselves. They're dangerous to other people. You can't have them around you. So you have to pray for them from a distance. And now, right now, he's lost his mind. He's out there wandering around somewhere. The last time I seen him, he was driving. And after that, the day after that, I saw him, not even no condition to drive. Just out there wandering, looking at his feet. And he had all that. Now imagine if he didn't cheat on my sister, what could have become of his life if he didn't follow Satan? Well, he would have made it grow old, my sister. Beautiful, loving relationship. Beautiful marriage. She had a grandfather. He'd see his kids. Hey, he lost all that. That's a blessing at the end of the day. You might get to say, well, okay, you talk about marriage is a bad thing. It's not a bad thing if you work it out right. If you work it out right, would I do it? No, it's not for me. I'll never get married. I don't like it. I don't want to be around. I like myself. I like to be by myself. That's my world. That's what I enjoy. But if you get it right, if you get the right person at the end of the day, if you get with somebody that's unequally yoked, you're going to have problems. You're going to have all types of problems going to pop up. And keep in mind, I can explain to people at the end of the day how serious marriage is. Marriage is a one-time deal. Unless somebody dies. That's the only way. It's the only way you get out of that contract. See, you want to go to church. And you want to be married in a church because you want to be blessed by God. But you don't want to follow his contract. So death do you part. Which means the only way you can get out of that contract, one of you have to die. That's how God works at the end of the day. But you study man's law. Let's divorce as many times as you want. Get married, divorce. Get married, divorce. You just committed adultery multiple times, which would have been punishable by death in Old Testimony. In Old Testament, you'd have been thrown in a pit. You'd have been stoned to death. Can't do that. You get one opportunity. Make sure you pick the right person. It ain't easy to say, well, I'll just divorce that person. Or if you divorce that person, then you can't marry anymore. Because under God's law, that person is still living. And their contract is still bonded. I got Christians that broke this one. I got Christians that broke this one at the end of the day. And Jesus spoke of it at the end of the day. And he said, well, who can do this? Very few people will follow this rule. I follow that rule. If you're married, I don't touch you with a 10-foot pole because you're still married. Why divorce? No. Under God's law, you are still alive. You're still married. You're still alive. You're still married to him. I can't touch you with a 10-foot pole. Friends, that's as far as we can go. Man, nothing else, not going to happen, period. Living with someone, again, fornication. You can't live with somebody. If you're not even touching them, you still can't live with them. You have to be married. You have to be married. And they pushed that so much back in the 50s and so forth, the 30s and so forth. It's a respectable thing to be married. Be married. A man and woman didn't live together in that era at all, period. You had to be married. You have people living together, not married, and all this stuff at the end of the day, and you wonder why all the devil can get in there and mess things up for you. You know why? Because that's usually what he likes to do. He's going to cause all types of chaos and madness in your relationship. Because that's something else he can get at you with. Maybe, excuse me, can turn you against him or turn you against her or whatever. That's why you got to have somebody you can pray with. If you're a Christian at the end of the day, and you get on your knees and you pray to God, and that person doesn't, you got a problem. Definitely have a problem. My problem with my ex, she was Catholic. I'm Baptist. And they don't see eye to eye on certain things. A lot of things they don't see eye to eye on. So it wasn't going to work. It's going to be a problem. Definitely a problem. Got to find somebody that can't be unequally yoked. Depends on who you put first. You put God first, you put that person first. God comes first before all things. Right on here somewhere. Unequally yoked. What do you say? Let's see. Visual screens. Visual screen panels. Visual screen panels. I see you. Visual screen panels. I see you. FLEX. And you're saying, what about you? You lived with somebody for 5 years and that's it. Yes, it was. It definitely was a sin. Definitely was a sin, and I shouldn't have been doing it. And now, my Lord, I'm explaining how sorry I am, not doing that ever again for anybody, ever again. And I'm not getting married, period. So that would never work anyway. I'm never getting married, ever. I like my life as, you don't want to get married? No. I like my life. I like the way it is. Got my taco. That's all I need. That's it. I'm good. I don't need to be. And then they're like my peace of mind. Hear my phone ring? You don't hear it ring, do you? There you go. I got people I chat with. When I'm done, that's the end of it. I call my family members. How you doing? What's up? How you doing? And that's the end of it. And I go into my world and I'm left alone. I like that. Some marriages for some people, and for people my stage, which we don't like to be, we like our time to be our time. At the end of the day, it works out for everybody. And then I get people at the end of the day who say, "Oh, it must be horrible to be." No. That's you at the end of the day. That's not me. I'm good. I am good, 100%. I like free will. I like my free will. I had free will when I was with the other one, but I like to be left alone. I really don't like to be around people at the end of the day. I mean, I have people hang out, but at the end of the day, I'm done. I want to be by myself. I like that peace and quiet. Just be off to myself in my own world. I like that. I can tell that when we talk to some of my female friends. And they go into a conversation, and I'm like, I was supposed to do something I wanted to do. And so we have a conversation. And I literally tell them this stuff too. Like, I was about to do something, right? And you disrupted my fun. Well, I'll talk to you later. They already know from what kind of person I am. I'll talk to you later. Okay, see you. Yeah. It's a nice enough to understand. But I just can't imagine being on the phone talking to somebody for hours and hours and hours. I can't do it. The only reason why I survived for 5 years, because we were both workaholics. She was barely ever home. That was the best thing ever. You never saw it on video, have you? The whole entire time you see me walk it out, you never seen her on video? Yeah, she's working all the time. By the time she get it, I stopped recording. It was fantastic. Never be around. That's great. That works for me. I'm getting all that. Oh, we got to spend time together. No. We go do something this week? All right, we'll do something this week. Cool. That's the end of it. And then they have kids? No. I ain't got nothing wrong with kids. I think kids are adorable. They are. They're God's blessing. And not for me. When somebody said, "Oh, you just because you want to spend your money in it," I'm a godfather 8 times. I have bought everything from graduation suits to tons of freaking Christmas toys, birthdays, cakes, whatever. I buy everything for them. Everything. I spoil those strippers at the end of the day. They always tell me don't overboard. Always overboard when it comes to my little ones. One time for Christmas, they said don't buy them a lot of candy. I went on and got me giant stockings, almost as big as a kid, and just filled up with all types of candy. All types. Even bought them a 5-pound candy cane. Giant monster trucks. You name it, I purchased it, bought it. I spoil them at the end of the day. They're my little monsters at the end of the day. I don't sit there and say, well, I don't want kids that want to spend money. I like spending money on them at the end of the day. I like seeing their eyes light up. We would go to Toys R Us all the time. Me and me in the toys department. Trucks galore. Always buying trucks. Always buying trucks. Action figures. Train sets. Puzzles. Toys. I try to get them educational stuff, but I don't want to blame maybe sometimes. Stuff like that. Built rockets. All that stuff. Remote control cars. Yeah. Even with the little ones. I dress up with the little hat on. Tea parties. I do tea parties at galore. Matter of fact, I got a date for a tea party coming up Saturday. For one of the other ones. I adopted their kids. One of my sister's husband is a grandfather. I adopted their kids. They got nicknames and everything. And little girl, we talk all the time. We have little conversations and stuff. We're going to have a tea party. We're going to wear big hats and stuff like that. We're going to drink the tea and stuff and talk about our day. So like tea parties. Same thing with my little buddy at the end of the day. I went to pick him up from school. I had my business suit on. I had a tie on. He had a tie on because he goes to a kind of like private school. And we get in the back of the car. We had 2 root beers and we talk about our day. How was your day today? Did you get yourself a girlfriend yet? I ain't got no girlfriend. You got a girlfriend. I know you got a girlfriend. Pretty boy Floyd over here got a girlfriend. We're going to have a ball. So I love the little ones in the day. I just can't have kids. I don't want to have kids. I like more freedom. I ain't got no problem spending money on the little monsters. Oh, heck no. I got no problem with that. I just like my freedom. I always hear the same thing from their mother. Oh, you make a great father, then they want you to have kids. No, I'm good. I don't want any kids. I'm good. I'm good. I heard that thing about that first child comes out exactly like you. If you had any idea what I was like when I was a kid, you'd be saying the same thing too. But anyway, I just don't want kids. Yeah. Besides, I'm 57 years old. What the freak I be doing having kids? You know how old I am? Old man. No, Fernando called me an old man. You old man too. You think you ain't no spring chicken. You're an old guy. I'm an old guy. Because I admit at the end of the day I'm old. I'm a senior citizen. Technically I am. And I'm about to cash out some of these senior citizen benefits. So on top of that. I heard that because of my cell phone plan, I applied for a senior citizen plan on that. I'm about to cash in on that. Get me one of them AAP cards. Yep. Yeah. Heck yeah. Early bird special. I'm getting on all that. Yep. And I'm proud of every bit of it too. Some people are afraid to admit they're getting old. You fight time. You can't fight time. I don't care what you do, you ain't gonna fight it. You're gonna get old. Your hair gonna get gray. Don't fall out. All that stuff like that. The first man I started getting big face, I was 27 years old. I started losing my hair. So you know what? I'm shaving it off. I like to keep my head shaved. Jamie tried to shame me by drawing hair in there. No, Fernando, I like being bald. I love it. I do really enjoy it. It takes a while to get used to. I got friends of mine that are shaving their heads for the first time. Like, what's it like, man? I said, I freaking love it. Summertime, it's air conditioning 24/7. In the wintertime, you're going to wear, I know from people who just got their head shaved, they're just getting used to it, wear the heaviest, warmest hats ever. Then after a while, you get used to it, you wear baseball caps in the wintertime. It's freezing cold outside, and you wear a baseball cap all winter long. Even in freaking minus 9-degree weather, I wore this outside. Head get used to it. It's conditioned for cold. No head cold, nothing. But anyway, that's why people just say, just shaving your head, you just get something to shave you like, yeah, how you know? That big old Russian war hat on. After a while, you get used to it. It'll burn.
Burn it, burn it, burn it. Throughout it, I don't feel nothing. I like shaving my head. I prefer it. I can't stand hair. It's funny because now the hair that grows back, you don't want it. You got to shave it off, and the faster you shave up, the faster it comes back. Like an endless race. Shave it off, come back. 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 What the freak? Okay, let me get this right here. She's a lady. Whoa, she's a lady. Anyway, but no, I like my life. I like my freedom.